Hello, hello. Welcome to Functional Strength for Life. We are going to be doing about a 20-minute workout today, and like always, it's going to be full body, so from head to toe, we're going to be moving every limb, and as we go along, we're going to be embedding Pilates principles that will be core strengthening for us, just as we go. And the way we move and we use our breath, we're going to be using our core too. So let's go ahead and get started with a warm-up. We're going to start with just breathing, and as we inhale, we're going to use our diaphragm, and we're going to breathe in, feel our diaphragm expand 360 degrees, and exhale, come back in. And when we use our diaphragm, we're massaging our core, and we're giving our core some range of motion. So just a few more breaths like that. We're going to do a lateral bend with our neck, so bringing our ears down to our shoulder, back up, and then to the other side, back up. Using our eyes more than our neck, we're going to look up at the ceiling, come back down, and then look down. And do that series one more time. Sorry, I thought that was a bug. Do that series one more time for the neck, so bend to the left. Feel that stretch on the other side. Come back up to the right. Back up. Looking up, feeling that front side of the neck stretch. Back down. And looking to the ground. Good. And as we're sitting here, kind of cue into your pelvis and how you're sitting in your chair. So we don't want a rounded back, and we don't want a super upright military posture. You just want that middle ground, okay? A nice neutral pelvis is what we call that. So to kind of find that, we're gonna do a little bit of pelvic rotation. So we're gonna kind of hollow out our abdomen and round out our spine. And then we're gonna come forward and arch our back and look up to the ceiling. And doing that again, you can bring your hands forward to get a little bit more rounding of the spine. Looking up, and one more. That should feel like a nice stretch and movement on the spine. And then we can kind of move our left butt bone to squish into the chair a little bit. Come back to center. Squish a blueberry with the right butt bone. Okay, and back to center. And one more time each side. And what we're doing here is we're kind of limbering up our low back, our abdomen, our pelvis, and all those bony attachments that attach to the pelvis. Okay, good. Okay, and then we're gonna do some lateral bending. So we've gone front, back. Now we're gonna bring our arm up to the side, let the other arm hang, and just feel a nice kind of bend there and a stretch. Back down. Stretching on the other side. Down. One more on this side. So we're really warming up the core right now. Okay, good. Okay, if you want to kind of wiggle in your chair a little bit and get a little loose, feel free to do so, but that is our warm-up. So now we'll hop into our workout. Okay, so we're going to start with our upper body, our arms. Okay, and we're going to start with so grab your cans if you have those, or if you want to use a more resistive weight, you can do that. But we're going to start by just coming up as high as you can go. If you can just go to right here, that's totally fine. But as you come up, try to keep your thumb up, and that's a little bit easier on your shoulder. Okay, we're going to do 5 repetitions. So that's 2, 3, 4. Okay, and as we do this, try to think about the movement coming from your scapula, that big wing bone in the back, rather than all from your shoulder. Okay, we want to stabilize before we mobilize. We're going to go the other side. Okay, so keeping the thumb up and back down. I'm keeping my bottom centered in the chair so I'm not like weight shifting too much to bring my arm up. Making my back and my core do the work. I think that's 3. So 2 more. 1. And going slow is always better than going fast. We want quality over quantity with our reps. Okay, so that's 5. Excellent. All right, go ahead and bring your soup cans up. Okay, and we're gonna do this, the lateral, let me think here. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do air punches. So now we're gonna work our triceps and then our other part of our shoulder. So bringing the right soup cam up, you're just gonna stretch, okay? And you should feel it kind of working right here and in the front shoulder and back down, okay? 4 more. With each of these exercises, we're gonna do 5 reps. 2, 3, really getting that end extension. 4, and 5. Okay, and back down, other side. Reach, down, 2. If you're keeping good posture in your chair, that's gonna almost be as good of a workout as the movement that you're doing on top of it. I heard somewhere that good posture burns like 300 calories a day without doing anything else. So your body's doing a lot of work just to keep you upright and stacked. Okay, now we're gonna do some bicep curls. So we're working our biceps here, we're coming up and down. And you can also work the triceps here if you go all the way down and get some elbow extension. 3, 2 more, 4, and 5. Okay, other side. And again, you can always use more weight than this. This is just, I want this to be as accessible as it can be for people. And you can use no weight. Even moving your joints in this way is super beneficial and is good strengthening in and of itself. I lost count. I think this is 5. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is it for the arms. We're going to put our soup can down for now. And I want to just talk really quickly about the breathing that I was alluding to when we started and the core work. So I want you to think about, as we move into the lower body strengthening exercises, that as you exhale, I want you to try to exhale through parted lips, and I want you to feel your low body kind of come back to your spine and engage. Just try that 1 or 2 times here. So we inhale to prepare, exhale through parted lips like you're blowing out a candle. I feel my low belly kind of come back. I know it's engaged, and I'm gonna add movement on top of that engagement. So like a small march. Other side, okay? So I want you, if you can, to try to use that kind of breathing sequence as we go through these exercises. And then you're getting some core strengthening in addition to the other limb strengthening that we're doing, okay? All right, so we'll go ahead and start with some marches. So we'll, again, do 5 reps of each side. So we'll inhale to prepare. Exhale to engage our abdomen. Drawing the leg up, feeling a little bit of work in that front hip and down. So 10 reps total, that's 3, 4. Keeping a nice stacked posture as I'm doing this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Now we're going to go into some glute squeezes. So just sitting here, I want you to kind of squeeze your glutes together. Think about the meat of your butt muscles kind of coming together, okay? And then releasing. And when you release, really let go, feel that kind of melting of the muscle, and then re-engage. We're gonna do 5 reps. 2, squeeze and release. 3, squeeze, release. 2 more, squeeze, release. Last one, squeeze and release. Good. And that's something you can do in your chair. No matter where you are sitting, just glute squeezes. That can be a nice strengthening thing to do. Okay, now we're gonna do some knee extensions. So this is gonna work on our quad muscles. So we'll use the breathing pattern that we were using before. And I'm actually gonna scoot a little bit further up in my chair to do this. Okay, but we are going to extend the knee, okay? Feel the quad engage and then come back down, all right? We'll extend the other knee. You can either alternate legs or you can do 5 on one leg and then 5 on the other leg. That's 3. I'm gonna do the alternating option. 4. I'm holding for about 1 to 2 seconds at the top to get a little bit of an isometric engagement. And your quads are super important for supporting your knee. So if you have any knee issues, this is a really nice muscle to kind of target and strengthen. Okay, that was 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I feel it a little bit. 9, and last one, 10. Good. Okay, so we worked the glutes, we've worked the front hips, we've worked the quads. Now we're gonna work on the lateral hips. You can do this by, if you have like a TheraBand, you can put that around your knee and do either bringing one knee out and back in and strengthening one side of the hip, right? Or you can do 2 knees at the same time and then coming back in. Either of those things are gonna work the side hip. Because we are sticking to no equipment like that, what we are gonna do is just work on bringing the leg out and back in, okay? And out, leaning forward a little bit and coming back in. And really think about power with this one, getting a little bit of momentum to lift the leg up and bring it out or in. 4, we're gonna do 10, 5, 6, 7. This is awesome for helping with fall prevention. So strengthening those muscles that are gonna react and catch you before you have a stumble. Last one. Forward and back. Good. Okay, so we are on to our last exercise. It's been 15 minutes, okay? So we're gonna go all the way down to the toes and the calf muscles. I apologize if you can't see my toes in the video, but what I'm doing is, if this is my foot, I am just coming up on my toe, engaging my calf muscle at the top for 1 or 2 seconds again, and then coming back down. And thinking about that coming down as being slow and controlled rather than a plop. So we're getting some eccentric lengthening and strengthening as well, okay? So coming up onto the toes, feeling the calves engage, and then slowly coming back down. And maybe even I'm rocking back on my heels a little bit to get a little bit of a calf stretch before I go back up, kind of maximizing that range of motion at the muscle of the calf. Okay, I'm on 3, 4, 5, 6, keeping a nice tall spine, not letting myself slouch, right? 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, and go ahead and relax for a moment. So in the matter of 15 minutes, we did a warm-up. We worked most muscles in our body, from our neck to our calf muscles. I would encourage you to just end with a little bit of a stretch, a little breathing, trying to use our diaphragm. Okay, maybe sitting here tuning into the moment, what we're hearing, getting some mindfulness in before we get back to our day and the things that we need to do, whatever that might be. For me, I hear birds and a little bit of traffic. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you do come back and take another video. I will try to make them different each time and a little bit different exercises, but this is the formula of never being more than 20 minutes. Okay? Have a great day.